you so happy you might fly now?
But he's not able to fly.
That's what Mr. Tosaka told me too. But still, doesn't it really all depend on how hard he tries to fly? If everything's decided by your genes, it's no fun at all.
There are some things that effort alone can't accomplish. The fact is, some paths are simply predestined. Like it is for me. I can't live like the rest of you do. Because of this curse mark.
The invisible code, memory, instinct, and the shackles of destiny. What we carry in our baggage. We often believe that we are a blank slate at birth, that the world writes on us, and that each choice is purely our own. But if we observe carefully, we realize that we arrive here with pre-installed software. The big question is, where does what we feel come from without ever having learned it? To understand who we are, we need to separate two internal engines, memory and instinct. Although they seem the same, they operate at different frequencies. Memory is the record of what we have lived. Instinct is the record of what the species and our ancestors survived. The fundamental difference. Memory is biographical. It is constructed. If you burned your hand on the stove at age 5, your memory retains the fear of fire. It depends on your individual experience. Instinct, on the other hand, is biological and impersonal. You don't need to learn to be afraid of a sudden noise or to seek social acceptance. This is already encoded in your DNA as a survival tool. Instinct is the voice of millions of years of evolution saying, "Do this so you don't die." Memory is the voice of your childhood saying, "Don't do that because it hurt last time." The problem arises when these two merge into patterns that we call molded tendencies. Molded tendencies, what we are born with. Today, science through epigenetics suggests that we inherit not only eye color, but also certain emotional predispositions. There are people who are born with a more alert nervous system, tending towards anxiety, while others have a natural inclination towards risk or melancholy. These tendencies are like the slope of a terrain. If your terrain slopes to the left, rainwater will always run that way unless you build a canal. Some people are born with a tendency towards scarcity, fear of abandonment, or defensive aggression, even though nothing bad has happened in their current lives. It's the weight of what came before us. How to identify limiting factory patterns. How to differentiate a conscious choice from a limiting pattern that came with you. The secret lies in repetition and disproportion. The disproportionate reaction, when a small situation generates an internal emotional storm. If someone forgets to call you and you feel an abyss of abandonment that seems ancestral, this is not a memory from this life. It is a molded pattern. It's always been this way. Observe the themes of your life. Do you always attract the same type of conflict? Even changing cities, jobs, or partners? Is the outcome the same? This indicates a pattern of misguided protective instinct operating in your subconscious. The heart races before the mind thinks. Instinct is faster than reasoning. If you find yourself running away from opportunities or sabotaging yourself before even evaluating the facts, you are acting under a pre-installed code. Conclusion: from hostage to architect. Identifying these patterns is not meant to give us an excuse. Oh, I am like this because I was born this way. It serves to give us a map. Instinct wants you to survive, but consciousness wants you to live. To break these shackles, the first step is the pause. Between the stimulus, what happens, and the response, what you do, there is a space. It is in this space that you question, is this reaction mine, or is it from my ancestral fear? By naming the pattern, this is my scarcity tendency speaking, or this is my defense instinct reacting, you remove the power of the shadow. You don't erase the instinct, but you stop being its slave. Fate may have dealt the cards, but it is your conscience that decides how to play the game.